True.
Yeah, so I like the fact that, we can dialogue about this without it being a point of issue, that even though, we may be in two different age generations, we understand the need to have our own. And it's all over the country, people act as if they say to me, well, give us an example of what you're talking about. And I say to myself, now I know how far we're off the track when these people really don't think that it's possible for us to control neighborhoods from a positive standpoint, have our own businesses from a positive standpoint. They act like you have to create this and show it to them. And one brother asked me, he said, can you create a model for us to go by? And I said, well, brother, no one ever showed me a model. I just relied on the fact that my ancestors are looking down at me, and I view that every day as I'm going about my duties, that I have to keep working hard. There's no, we don't have a prepared text to go by. We just have to have a spirit of Africanness to know that we have more to offer than we've been doing. And don't get so technical about it, and don't get so precise about it, and let your heart open up. Heart open up to the possibility that we can get this done, brother. But if you're going to sit here while I'm trying to do my thing and question, why can't you leave this behind and that behind? I said, I'm going to try to leave it here right now if you'll just listen. I said, I don't have a paper that I can pass on to you that's going to be magic, that now that you read this paper, you're going to know what I know. I said, I'm here out of love. I'm trying to come out here with some compassion so that you'll understand where my intensity is coming from, that we can get this done, people. This is not like we have to spend another 100 years trying to figure this whole enemy thing out. Yeah, we send our kids to their schools. We go into their institutions and study their spirituality. We worship their deity, and then you wonder why we so screwed up. I'm just trying to tell you that you got to turn your back on some of this stuff, or you'll never reach your full potential. But see, a lot of this, like you said, people have never seen. They've always gone along. If you say school system, I had some people recently I talked to, and they said, well, brother, I don't think you're right about the school system. That school system is designed for us to get an education. How could you come in there and say it's designed to fail us? I think you're wrong about that. Well, you certainly can't change someone like that. You can't change their mind in an hour. Okay, they believe that the system is for our betterment. That's like one you have to maybe double back on it another time, because at that particular point, he didn't even get it. He asked me that question 3 times. Explain that to me again. The system is designed to fail us. He couldn't get with that. So what's your take on that? I mean, you run up with people like that, they just can't believe that this thing is set up against us?
I definitely do all the time. I like to, and with that, I like to paraphrase a mentor of mine, Anthony Browder, just one of the dopest writers I've ever read. He talked about how there's different kinds of thinkers, and there's 3 different kinds of thinkers. There's that literal thinker who is taught to take all information at face value, and that's pretty much 90%, if not 95% of the people on this planet. The next level of thinker would be the influential thinker, and this is one who's able to take the information and read between the lines, and they're not so quick to hold, to take things that are given to them as face value. But the level of thinkers I think that we need to aspire to be collectively, individually and collectively, is the evaluative thinker. And this is one who is able to take the information, read between the lines, and also goes a step further and is not afraid to challenge the person who presented the information to them, not afraid to challenge and research the source of the information, and then make a critical analysis of whether this information is applicable to them or not. I think that this kind of thinker is the kind of thinker that's going to get us to a level of being the true spiritual beings that we're supposed to be manifested on this planet. I say that because there's 24 hours in a day, and there is a strategy of how to be successful. It doesn't mean that, because we live in a fast society, fast food, everything is fast cars, fast women, the whole nine, that we want everything quick, that we forget that one of the biggest principles is focus. And I broke focus down into an acronym, and focus means from oneself comes ultimate sacrifice. I think that when you sacrifice yourself and apply yourself, just as you would go out and play ball every day for 8 hours and be nice on the court, the same needs to be applied to the most underrated muscle in our body, which is the brain. If we took 24 hours out of the day and realized how we could constructively break it down to be more constructive in our day, the white man isn't really, he's not a genius. You know, his thing is based upon writing things down and breaking things down. Not to say that we have to think like them, but if we tried some of the tactics that they use, we would be more successful individually. I'm not saying that we should wait for a collective organization to come and say, we're going to help us get out of the situation. It starts with self. Number one, you got 24 hours in a day. What are you going to do with that day? What can be done in that day? I would even venture to say, to go even further, make that 6-month, 1 year, 5-year, 10-year plan. You ask a youth what they think that they'll be doing in 5 years, they couldn't tell you. You ask an adult what they'd be doing in 1 year, they couldn't tell you constructively other than going to the plantation every day. Or I'm going to go to Miami for vacation, I'm going to spend all this loot.